I'm Katie Spadoro with Cyber, and there's major breaking news in the HR world this week. On June 15th, the U.S. Supreme Court held that employment discrimination on the basis of workers' sexual orientation or gender identity is illegal under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This ruling is a consolidation of three separate cases argued before the Supreme Court last year. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits an employer from discriminating against an employee because of sex. However, there has been a decades-long debate in the courtroom as to whether this prohibition encompasses discrimination on the basis of a person's sexual orientation or gender identity as well. The justice who delivered the opinion of the court stated that it is impossible to discriminate against a person for being homosexual or transgender without discriminating against that individual based on sex. In Bostic versus Clayton County, the Supreme Court ended this debate and held that it is a violation of Title VII for an employer to discriminate against a person based on that person's sexual orientation or their gender identity. In Bostic, the Supreme Court addressed three incidents involving separate employers. In one incident, a skydiving company fired an instructor just days after learning that he was gay. In another incident, a Georgia county fired an employee for participating in a gay rec softball league. In the last incident, a funeral home hired an employee who presented as a male at the time of hiring. After 6 years, the employee notified the funeral home that she would be living as a woman and was then terminated. This ruling provides clarity and finality on the interpretation of Title VII. HR at small businesses can be extremely challenging. As a small business owner, you should immediately review and revise your workplace policies to be sure that they clearly prohibit sexual orientation and gender identity discrimination. You should also implement additional training for your supervisors and your managers. As a small business owner, it's vital you recognize that your managers are an extension of you and your business. That means you must train them to act properly if you want them to be sure that they're complying with all the employment laws that are out. Supervisors and managers must be trained to recognize and report any unlawful discrimination to HR right away so that it can be appropriately addressed. In a time with so much unrest, it's great to see that we are moving forward slowly but surely. That's great news for this week. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself, and we'll speak with you soon.